Hey, I'm Ascending Luna, and in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at the energies of what you need to know, of what you need to release, of what you need to transform for this full moon eclipse in the sign of Scorpio that is happening on May 15th. Okay, in mind, we're in eclipse season. So the energies are out there, but also we're in Mercury retrograde right now. And yeah, let's just see what you need to know right now when it comes to this energy. What is it that you need to let go of? What is it that you need to become aware of? So I compiled three piles here. This is going to be pile 1, 2, and 3. And I picked already crystals that you could associate them with, and then a card that I will show to you. Okay, so you got pile 1, and you got this, I like to call it my little dinosaur egg here. And that goes with the card, the sickle. And then pile 2, you got this, it almost reminds me of the desert, like the Arizona. For some reason I got that video from Britney Spears, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. When she's in those I don't know. If you've seen the video, you know, okay? So it kind of reminds me of the walls of the desert from that video. And then you got pile 3, pile 3, and it comes with the moonwort, and it comes with this crackled crystal here. It's very pretty. Okay, so I will be providing timestamps below. Anything about me or my channel is going to be provided for you in the description down below. So I will see you at your pile. Welcome, pile 1. So you were drawn to this, my little dinosaur crystal, and the card, the sickle. So the sickle is literally the card about like harvesting or reaping what you sow. So this is also talking about endings here. So you have come to an ending of some sort, and it's time to start reaping what you sow. So ironically, this full moon in Scorpio is also about karma. Okay, so it's about reaping what you sow, and it also signifies about transformations and endings. So let's just get started with your pre-shuffled oracle cards. Okay, put that, I guess I'll put it here in the center. So you also got the manifester, which is monitoring your inner dialogue and using quantum affirmations daily can help you make real your desired life changes. You got patience, number 36, green corn moon. You also got your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. And then you got boundaries. Where do you need to establish your boundaries here? Okay. Let me move it like this. They're asking me. Okay. So first I'm really drawn to the boundaries cards here. So where do you need to establish better boundaries? I feel that you have come to a realization here that it is time to start protecting your boundaries. It is time to really say no to people, say no to things that don't belong in your life here. It is time to release yourself from any karmic contracts, any karmic cycles that you have with either people, places, or things. And I feel that this energy is really here with your commitment is being tested. This is a very pivotal moment of your, not only your patience being tested, but the way that you talk to yourself too in your mind. I feel like you're being tested as to, are you ready to transform? Are you ready to, you know, jump into the line that the life that you're destined to be? Are you ready to protect yourself here? Because I feel here it's giving me the sense of like, you give your energy out a lot here and people just take. I am seeing like somebody here just, it's almost giving me like people pleasing. Like you can't say no to people. You can't say no to situations because you kind of don't want to be seen as the bad guy. But Spirit is testing you right now. It is time for you to set those boundaries and not allow people to take from you. And this is how you're showing your commitment to yourself. And Spirit wants you to show that you are ready to start reaping what you sowed. So maybe it is that you, for some reason, you wanted to, let's take, for example, you wanted to go into a new endeavor with a job, right? Let's say you want to grow your own business, but you continue to, well, of course, you know, you're continuing to work at a 9 to 5 job, right? Because it pays the bills. But that also sucks out the energy out of you to put into motion your side hustle. And so Spirit is saying like, are you willing to set a boundary when it comes to you, when it comes to your jobs, your commitments to other people, and start committing to yourself here? Are you ready to start reaping what you're sowing? Like maybe you've planted a seed as to like, I want to be an entrepreneur, and you planted that seed. You know, you're maybe putting a little efforts here and there for that, but are you really putting in all the work? Okay, so to me, this is about like, how committed are you to you? And this full moon in Scorpio is going to really bring that into light as to how you are saying no to other people, other things, situations, circumstances, and how you are saying yes to yourself. Okay, so with the Patience card, I feel that of course, when you plant a seed, you need to take some time. Like it's going to take time to watch what you're growing. It's going to take time. And are you willing to have that patience? Are you willing to invest in yourself the way you invest in others? Okay. So it's time to have patience. It's time to really commit to yourself. How are you committing to yourself? Are you showing up to yourself more, or are you showing up more for others and then you get depleted out of that? Okay. So with the manifestor, monitor how you talk to yourself. Okay. Monitor how you speak to yourself, how you speak about yourself. You know, cut the dialogue when it comes to like, I'm too tired, I'm too lazy, I can't do that, I don't have time. It's time to start cutting that out and start living and affirming in the life that you desire. Like start living in that reality. Okay, so really start looking into quantum physics, manifestation techniques, stuff like that. So okay, so now I'm going to go in with some tarot to get a little bit more in depth about this message. So it's pretty much like straightforward here. It's just about putting yourself first. How committed are you to your dreams, to yourself? Because it's time. Okay, it's time to level up. Okay, let's see. We got Judgment. So Spirit here is asking for an awakening here. It is an inner calling. It's a transformation here. You have been called to transform in this time, in this period of time here. And it's time. It's time to answer that wake up call. It's time to answer that awakening that that renewal of that higher purpose for yourself. Here's pile 1. Let's see what else. The 5 of Swords. Now here I'm really drawn to this bird. Talking to this person, and this person like has his hands on his head. Like just, I feel like you really talk down to yourself here. Like you really are very hostile in your mind, in your thoughts. It's like it's time to start monitoring what you say to yourself here. I feel like you feel extremely defeated. I feel that you feel a sense of confliction, of loss here. And maybe it is that you're focusing too much on what used to be. Maybe there was a dream that you had and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. But, you know, maybe that was a sense of redirection. Maybe that wasn't the path that you needed to take. But don't allow those things to stop you. Don't allow redirections to stop you from really pursuing what you really want. Okay? You also got the 7 of Cups. Now, the 7 of Cups talks about daydreaming and fantasies and options, and also about illusions and visions. It is possibly that you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that you want to pursue, and it's leading you to overthink things. It's pick one thing, work on that, or, you know, invest a little bit on the things that you do want, but ultimately focus really on one thing at a time. You're probably the type of person, you know, for some of you, pile 1, for some of you, you might be the type of person who like starts new projects but never really completes them. Okay, you're like, oh, I want to try, you know, dance, and then you try it for like 3 weeks and you're like, I'm done with that. And then you're like, oh, I want to try, you know, learning how to cook this, and then you'll try it and you're like, oh, I give up, I don't want to try that no more. I feel like you need to really, really focus on your mental stability, and really just have some sort of patience. See something through. Okay, see one thing through, like finish one thing through. You might have so many ideas, and then you yourself self-sabotage yourself because you have so many ideas and you don't complete one, and then that leads you to feeling like you're failing. You know, you're not giving yourself that opportunity to finish one thing through. Okay, let's see what else. The Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords talks about, you know, new ideas, fairness, news. It's also about communication here. I feel like you do have a lot of ideas here, because you have all these little light bulbs, and this person here is, you know, in the beginning stages of learning. And I feel like, you've always been at the beginning stages of doing something, but never really completely going all the way. And Spirit is wanting you to really follow through. Okay? The Page of Swords also talks about it's immature, because it's in the very beginnings. It's new beginnings of new ideas. And it's possibly that you are so clouded with so many ideas here that you don't see things through. And Spirit is wanting you, like the focus here is to have patience with yourself. Have patience to finish one thing at a time, because you yourself are setting yourself up to be disappointed, really, because you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, that. It's like so many choices and you're like, I don't know what to do. And then you start one thing and then you don't finish the other. And then you feel defeated. You feel conflicted. You feel lost. You feel like you're never winning. But you're never winning because you yourself are stopping yourself. You're not having enough patience for yourself. You're also being called to make those boundaries with yourself too. Like, have the patience that you would have for somebody who's learning something new. Okay, let's say you're teaching, let's say you're a parent and you're teaching your child how to ride a bike. That child is not going to learn how to ride their bike on the first try. It's going to take several tries. You need to have that sense of patience too with yourself, okay? Let's see what else. We got the Ace of Cups, and one more, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups, it talks about new happiness, new emotional beginnings. It's filling your cup here. It's about love and creativity and happiness and following those pursuits here. And with the Knight of Swords here, the Knight of Swords talks about speed and taking initiative and, you know, pushing forward. You really need to find something that is going to make you happy. And I'm talking about like happy. Do something that you really love and that you know that you are going to see through. Connect to that. Connect to what makes you happy. Maybe you want, you know, to start your own business and you have all these ideas, but you just don't know how to execute it. How to execute any idea that you have and make it into something fruitful is going to be what you love. And I mean, like, you love. It doesn't matter if you fail or succeed, you love it nonetheless. And that is where you're going to find your success, okay? So for this full moon in a Scorpio, in this eclipse season and Mercury retrograde, I feel like you need to slow down, have some patience, have some compassion for yourself, and really commit to what you love. Commit to the boundaries that you are being called to be set on, not only with other people, but with yourself. Monitor your thoughts and execute one idea at a time, but do it with love. Do it with something that you feel joy with, okay? So I'm going to leave this here for you, Pile 1, and I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. So you were drawn to my Britney Spears desert crystal. I don't know what it's called, but if you saw my intro, you know what I was talking about. And then you were also drawn to number 46, Agonite. And Agonite is about being a scholar, you know, about learning, striving for knowledge here. But it also talks about a time period, or you might be going through right now some sort of difficulty. Okay? And just know that difficulties don't always last forever. Okay? Which kind of makes sense, you know, why I got that song. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. All I need is time. So it's a transition, okay? I feel that just know that whatever you're going through right now, it's a transition and it's not going to always be forever, okay? And then I'm also drawn to the key. So this is definitely about transition here, okay? So let's see. You got the Initiate, number 18, which means knowledge. Acknowledge what you do not know and learn with a beginner's mind so you can become accepted as an authority one day. Okay. You got Full Moon Power. You also got Nothing is Set in Stone, Mutable Moon. And trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay. So I am feeling this sense of heaviness here for you, Pile 2. I feel like right now you don't know where exactly it is that you're going, but Spirit is wanting you to use the knowledge that you already know and use the knowledge that you will be learning as you are transitioning here. The lessons, whatever it is that you're going through, use that. Use that and trust your path. Know that you are always being supported. And right now, it might feel like you don't feel supported. It might feel like, you know, all doom and gloomy. Especially here with this, arrow right in the center of the skull here. It's possibly that you are not trusting your own intuition at this time. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know if this is the correct path, you know. With this full moon, it's a very challenging energy, but it's also a time for you to learn and reevaluate and see where you are going to move forward now. And right now you are facing some painful transition, and just know that this transition is not going to last forever. Okay? There is power in what you are learning right now, in this transition, in this ending, this new path that you are being pulled towards to. It's going to lead you to very massive, powerful changes here. And just know that, because right now it just seems rocky. It just seems like life is rocking the boat. Life is just, up and down, up and down, up and down. 1 minute is okay. And then the next is like you're in the middle of a hurricane. Okay. And just know that nothing is set in stone. Life is not going to be always like this. Okay? Now, with the initiate, knowledge what you do not know and learn with a beginner's mind so you can become accepted as an authority one day. Now, authority to me is power. Know that right now, it's very unknown. What you're going through right now, pile 2, for whoever this is resonating with, right now, a lot of things seem uncertain and unknown. But what would you do if you continue following this path, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what's going on? What would you do if you knew that at the end of this rocky road, there is going to be power and triumph, and you're supported every step of the way? Sometimes you are put in uncomfortable situations and I'm hearing painful, not painful, but growing pains in order to expand and to grow. View this as an opportunity. I know that it's very hard to view certain circumstances as, something to learn from, but everything in life has a valuable lesson. And just allow yourself to be willing to learn from a lesson so possibly you don't repeat it again. Okay? Maybe it is that you need to let go of a person, that you love very dearly, and you just know that it doesn't work, but you love that person. And it's perhaps that there's certain things that you are attracted to this person. And by going through this transition, by going through this path, you're learning, like, is this what I want? No, this is not what I want. And then you learn to then see the signs when you meet other people. Same thing when it comes to a job. It's perhaps that you have a job that you really love, and you're seeing the red flags. You saw them from the beginning, and you took the job because it just seemed suitable. It seemed comfortable. And Spirit is now rocking the boat in your life and is trying to get you to move. just trying to get you to initiate a new beginning, open another door, take a different path, step into a different power, because you're not expanding and growing where you're at right now. Just know that life comes with many challenges and changes, and you need to ride the wave. Okay? So let's see. Let's go into some tarot to get a little bit more in depth here for you, pile 2. So this is definitely about change and riding the transition that you are going through right now. And I know, and it feels hard. I feel, you know, like, I feel this sense of like, do I really need to freaking do this? Like, do I really want to do this? It's possibly that you have been going through massive transformations and you're just kind of at your ends wet, you know? You're kind of over it. But just know, trust the path. Trust the path that has been presented to you. The jokes. The jokes that I'm feeling right now, like, from Spirit is just, you know, it is a little frustrating, but there's always a higher purpose to everything, okay? All right, so let's see. What does pile 2 need to know for this full moon? Death. What was I saying? This is you are going through some massive transformation, some massive transition here. It's something that you couldn't avoid, okay? With the death card here. And ironically too, death is Scorpio, so Scorpio full moon, hello, like, of course. So you might have Scorpio in your placement. You might be going through the gigs right now when it comes to the fuckery of the planets, as we know, okay, because we are in Mercury retrograde. We are, you know, the North Node and the South Node moved into Scorpio and Taurus. So there is a lot of changes. There's a lot of different types of energies that are going on. And it's just about change. And it's time to stop resisting it, okay? It's time to start resisting it, because with death comes rebirth. With death comes transformation and growth. Okay, what else? What else, sir? You got 3 of Swords. Now, the 3 of Swords talks about heartbreak and sorrow, disappointment, separation, loss, and pain, okay? So, of course, this is very painful. Whatever this transition is, whatever you need to let go, whatever is no longer serving in your life, there is a lot of love for it. And of course, it hurts to have to transition away from it, okay? But just know that it's not going to be forever. The pain is not going to be forever. You also got the Magician. And the Magician talks about manifestations and focus and willpower. And literally taking the tools that you have and manifesting things. Okay? And this is also about transforming. Okay? This is like, it's time to stop resisting this transformation. It's just time to start trusting where you're being led to. Because if you only knew the ending of it, is only then when you would understand, like, this is why I had to go through this. Okay? Let's see what else. King of Wands. The King of Wands is about courage and, again, power. There is power here, and power here. So much power. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, whatever ending, whatever transition that you're going through, it's only going to lead to very powerful changes. Okay? It is something that Spirit has been nudging at you. It's been, trying to push you towards to, and it's probably that they caused Spirit probably caused a tower moment. A tower moment probably happened in your life. And now you have no other choice but to take this path. Just trust the path. Trust that you have the tools. Trust that you have the knowledge, the power, the the leadership inside of you, the authority inside of you, the courage inside of you to face this path and know that you're not alone. Okay, two more. Two more for pile 2. Page of Pentacles and 8 of Wands. Okay, so now the Page of Pentacles talks about manifestations. Okay, so again, the Magician, manifestations, Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles also talks about growth and trusting and also growing roots. It's the beginning stages of possibly a new sense of stability, a new foundation here. It's the foundation that you were on or you were building on was no longer being fruitful, was no longer being of service for you. And so Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, had to rock the boat, had to get you unstuck here in order for you to move forward, in order for you to take some sort of action here. Because with the 8 of Wands, it's talking about movement. It's talking about taking action. It's also about communication. You were very much so stuck here in this 3 of Swords energy. It is possible that you didn't want to let go of someone or let go of a situation or a circumstance. And there needed to be a shift, a change here, a new redirection here, because you can't grow if you don't change. And Spirit is wanting you to know that there's going to be so much power, so much growth here. Just allow it. Trust it. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to be like, trust? My whole life is fucking falling apart. How am I supposed to fucking trust this? But know that it's not all forever. There is something more powerful to come, okay? Just take that leap. Allow the universe to work out its kinks. Work out what it needs to remove. Just allow it. Continue following that path, okay? And just trust. I know I'm like, how can I trust this? This seems just so like effed up, but just know that there's a protection and redirection, okay? Pile 2. So I'm going to leave this here for you, and I will see you in another reading. Bye-bye. Hey, pile 3. So you were drawn to this little pink stone here, and you were also drawn to the Moon Wart number 15. And this card signifies unlocking things that prevent you from moving forward. So it's possibly, pile 3, that there is a lot of past traumas in your life, a lot of subconscious thoughts that hinder you from moving forward. And this card talks about unlocking those things that prevent you from moving forward in life, okay? So let's get started with your reading, okay? So you got number 51, the Warrior, and it talks about know that you have the power to defeat negative thinkings. Ironically, learn to understand and cope with your greatest enemy, your own fear. All right, so this is definitely about you. So for this full moon in Scorpio, it is about unlocking the very thoughts, the very ideas, the very beliefs that you have about yourself, okay? You got number 7, Nourishment. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. That's interesting. And then last but not least, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression. I feel pile 3 that you are a prisoner of your own mind. There are a lot of fears, a lot of doubts about yourself that stop you from speaking your truth. You hide away a lot here. You hide yourself away from the world. And with this full moon in Scorpio and the eclipse season and Mercury in retrograde, I feel like Spirit is calling for you to unlock those beliefs that are clouding your mind, that are collecting dust and cobwebs in your mind. They no longer serve you. It's possibly that you need to do some shadow work here. It's possibly that you stress over many, many things, and your own fear stops you from taking any sort of action, taking any sort of movement. You keep yourself stuck. You keep your thoughts keep you a prisoner. And this is giving me the Eight of Swords here. This whole thing is giving me Eight of Swords here. And with the card Nourishment, I feel that your voice, because share your voice, I feel that you have a lot to share, a lot of history, a lot of knowledge that you can share that could bring in nourishment to many, many, many people in your life. Many strangers as well. I feel that you have a story to tell that could benefit a lot of people. And you yourself silence yourself here. And Spirit is wanting you to no more. It's time to unlock yourself from yourself. It's time to step out of this cave and come into the light. Come in to your potential and allow work through your fears, and then learn to understand and cope with your greatest enemy, your own fears. You yourself are your own worst enemy. You are the one that prevents yourself from growing because there's so much fear in the unknown, in the possibility here. You're afraid of something. It is possibly that you are afraid to be successful, or you're afraid to be to fail, or you're afraid to even try, or to be, ridiculed or rejected, or looked down on, because you have a story to share, and that story will not be for everyone, but the ones that story that you need to share, the voice that you need to express, to release, it's nourishment to many, many people who need it. Okay, so this one is straight to the point. So let's get a little bit more in depth as to what you need to know about this full moon in Scorpio. Pile 3. You got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks about a message of love, a message of intuition. It's an emotional start. Okay. It is possibly that you have a story when it comes to love. It's possibly that you experience some sort of relationship, whether it's, a family relationship, a friendship, or an actual romantic relationship that taught you a lot, and Spirit is asking you to share that story here, to share that story. Yeah. Now, the Page of Cups can also be a very naive energy, okay? And it is possibly that you have a story about a first love, or the first time you ever felt real, genuine love. And it might be very painful. It might have been a very painful experience, but it taught you a lot and helped you grow. And It's possibly here that story could help other people who are in similar situations to grow just like you did, to learn just like you did. Okay? Let's see what else. What else for pile 3? Got Temperance and the 4 of Cups. Okay. Temperance talks about healing and alchemy and harmony and balance. There's something in your past that you healed from, or you're healing from. I'm sorry. For some reason they're correcting me. You are healing. You're finding your balance. But you're also going to find healing and like a full circle once you start sharing your voice here about this experience. With the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Cups talks about, boredom and withdrawal and rejection and contemplation and a disconnect here. This girl here is just like, Spirit is offering a cup full of beauty, full of color, and she's just not interested. And it's possibly that whatever you had experienced, it was possibly some sort of rejection here. Some sort of, you thought it was going to be one thing, but it just didn't turn out that way. But you're learning how to overcome it. Hold on, let me see. What is this 4 cups? So I'm getting a lot of cup energy. I'm getting a lot of water energy. Waterfall here. You got the water here. Scorpio is a water sign. You got 2 cup cards here. So this is what it talks about emotions here. And I feel that, let me just clarify. Hold on. Let me clarify the 4 cups. What is this 4 cups? The 2 of Cups and the Lover. So this is definitely something about love. There was an experience in the matters of a romantic relationship that really was a pivotal point in your life and transform you, or is transforming you. And you have a lot to express and to say and to share your story, but you're stopping yourself because there's some sort of shame here. There's some sort of fear here. But your words, your story, the lessons that you have been learning when it comes to this relationship here with this relationship, it's a love relationship, is going to nourish a lot of people. And it's time for you. And I feel that your story also is going to bring in a lot of balance and healing to many people here. And Spirit is saying, like, it's time for you to share your story. It's possibly that you could write a book for it, or you could, start a podcast for it. I don't know. It's a lot of it. Something has to do with you communicating and sharing your voice, sharing your story when it comes to something of the matters of the heart, specifically a relationship here, okay? Let's see what else. What else for pile 3? So this is a very specific reading, okay? So this energy is going to pivot you into... It's going to pivot you into pushing past your fears, pushing past your shame, and coming out of a very dark period in your life, a very mentally conflicting period in your life. And all the experiences that you have learned from this connection, whatever this is, is going to help a lot of people, but it's also going to help you too. It's going to be very nourishing, very, very healing. But you need to come out of your own head when it comes to this, because you'd be surprised as to how many people experience the same stories here. The Star. The Star talks about hope and faith, optimism and healing again. There's so much healing coming your way. This energy, this full moon, all this energy from the planets, it's pivoting you, it's catapulting you into this healing. Like you are meant to be some sort of healer here. And your own thoughts are stopping you. Your own fear is stopping you. It's possibly that you are afraid to be rejected or to be judged for the story that you need to share to the world. Miss Spirit is saying, don't. You have no idea of the type of healing that is coming because of it. And how it's going to unlock you from what's keeping you stuck, which is you. You yourself is keeping you stuck. It's probably that you need to share your story because you never shared it before, and just sharing it and, you know, finding a community that has possibly experienced the same things as you is going to bring in so much healing into your life and into the life of many others, okay? So 2 more for pile 3 to wrap this up. King of Wands, and the King of Wands talks about, you know, courage and taking initiative and leadership, and also an entrepreneur. So it's possibly that this experience, this story that you have to share is going to start. It could be it could be like a business. It's possibly that you want to start a podcast or something, or write a book, or something about communication here, like worldwide communication, and it could be the beginning of, you know, something that could bring in not just healing but also abundance. Okay, and one more. Queen of Pentacles want to come out. What? Hold on. One more. The Hierophant. Wow. I have to. You got the Fool and Justice at the bottom of the deck, but you got the Hierophant as your last card. Whatever experience you have experienced here when it comes to this love matter has set you into a very higher calling. Okay, it has sent you into this transformation. It taught you a lot of things. It's a very spiritual evolution of yourself here. And with the Justice card, it talks about truth. It's about karma and honesty. And the Fool is about new beginnings, a fresh start. And I feel that whatever you have experienced when it comes to the matter of the heart, whatever it is that you need to share, the story that you need to share, has got you in a higher level consciousness, it's possibly that you've gone through very massive ascension and very massive spiritual awakening, and Spirit is wanting you to use this to bring balance into many other people's lives, and to bring in hope is what I'm getting. Bring in hope for other people who right now feel hopeless. And I know you yourself feel hopeless, but something inside of you has a lot of strength, because with this King of Wands, I'm seeing so much strength here. There is a lot of strength inside of you that no matter what this circumstance was, no matter what this situation, this love matter, you somehow grew and evolved And Spirit is wanting you to also help be the light, be the pillar, be that North Star for many others with your story. Okay, so I'm going to leave that here for you, pile 3, and I will see you in another reading. Bye-bye.